The only thing is you don't realize is English is the most weakest form of control of this dimension that exists. The deeper you go into ancient texts, when you go into the Sumerian cuneiform, when you go into Arabic, when you go into the Vedic text and read the ancient Indian text, like in the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita, and those languages, Aramaic, those languages have much more control, much more power over this third dimension when you speak than English. English is actually one of the weakest, which is why they gave us English. They gave us English and spread it all around the world to keep us from reaching a specific level of power and control over our own destiny, over our own control. Who is they? You got to look that up. That's the elites. Who's behind the elites? The Anunnakis behind the elites. But that's what it's all about, guys. You got to get up and you got to do some research. You got to stop going to the building and calling it your temple, because your body is the temple. Everything you need is inside of here. Everything you need is inside of you. You're supposed to go out according to the text that Yeshua spoke about in the book that you're supposed to know so much about. You're supposed to go out and do greater things. You're supposed to be able to impact this planet and this world in a specific way that's going to make it better. You're not supposed to sit back, kick your feet up on the desk, watch the world burn, eat some popcorn, and go to a building every weekend, give them 10% of your money, and go say a couple of prayers, read about 4 or 5 lines of text, spend 5 hours on 4 or 5 lines of text. Don't decipher Deuteronomy. Don't decipher these other books that could contradict each other. Just stay in these little tiny sections, make you feel good, and go home. That's it. That's what you guys do, man. You're missing the boat. Until you break down that text and study Aramaic, study Hebrew, study the Sumerian tablets, which anybody can study the Sumerian tablets. You don't need to be a linguistic person. All you have to do is go to ucla.edu, because they've done a phenomenal job in taking all the stone tablets, all 1 million of them, and translating them. So you can go to the virtual library, grab a stone off the shelf, drop it into the virtual translator, and read the real information that's supposed to be in the Bible. Not the text that King James and the Council of Nicaea want you to read. Not the mistranslated words that they purposely, by accident on purpose, mistranslated for you to read. Not the parts that they cut out that you'll never see, and the parts that you've been so taught to be so frightened of and so scared that you won't even look up, because you believe that if you go and dig those books up, you're going to go to hell. Which, by the way, I hate to break it to you, but hell was added to the Bible, as so was the rapture. Neither one of those two things actually even exist.